Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 2. Plenty of change going on here. Notably, what you can see right now, this is all looking pretty different. So over the past week, I've got a new computer, got a new PC. So basically, I can actually play Football Manager properly now. I've been making Football Manager videos for the past 2.5 years on my laptop, which couldn't run Football Manager in 3D. Obviously, the screen resolution was a lot smaller than this, so that's why on all my old videos it was a lot smaller. You can't see as much as this on my old videos because the screen resolution was so small. It was a bit of a miracle how OBS managed to actually record video and play this at the same time and actually edit videos and render videos. It was a miracle that all that happened. Now I've got a new computer. It's all going to be a lot easier. Things should look a lot nicer as well. It's just a nice big upgrade. So basically, this is the big change. I do need to say thank you to you guys as well, because a chunk of it was paid through the Patreon. About a year or so ago, I think I put the Patreon together, and the ultimate aim for the Patreon was to help pay for a new computer and other bits of equipment, and we bought new bits of equipment. Very luckily, my aunt bought a few bits of equipment for me as well for my birthday. It's also gone towards helping pay for this new computer. So thank you very much to anyone who's ever donated to the Patreon. Your contributions have been realised in this new computer that I've got, so thank you very much. The Patreon was only ever to help fund new things for the channel, and at the moment I don't really feel like I need anything else now. I feel like I'm all pretty much set, so I've closed the Patreon. I just don't really feel like there's a need for it now and things like that. So again, thank you to anyone who's ever donated. If you're still currently donating, then I don't know if it will take money for this month or not. I feel like it's bad if it does, but it might do, it might not. Either way, thank you very much for your pledges, and it's been greatly appreciated. And that comes from right from the heart. Thank you very much to anyone who's ever done that, because it's a lot of commitment to commit money to me just for making videos on the internet. So it's mental, still blows my mind, but thank you. Anyway, on with today's episode, and you'll notice in the title of today's video, it's Tomas KALAS, alright? Now, this is pretty mental, but if we go to the transfers and we click at transfer history, you'll see right down here at the bottom, Tomas KALAS. So I was searching through free transfers, and obviously this guy came across, and I thought, I recognise that name, Tomas KALAS. Obviously, it's the ex-Chelsea defender, and I thought, right, if he's available, let's see if we can get him. And he was like, yeah, I'll come to the club. So basically, he came to the club on the 6th of the 10th, 2029. I was so happy about it. Today, it's the 21st of November, so he's been here for about a month and a half or so. He played 2 games, then got injured for a few weeks, so he's not been in the squad for a little while. Today, I get a news article. Okay, this is a month and a half after he signed his contract. Tomas KALAS retires. I mean, what is that about? He's literally been at the club a month and a half, played 2 games, scored a goal as well, got injured, and then thought, nah, this isn't for me at all, and has decided to retire. So, I mean, it is a shame. It's a bit mental, really. It is a bit mental. He's apparently now a manager, not a very good one, so he won't be signing for us anytime soon as a coach or anything like that. But if you look at his career stats, literally all over the place. Obviously started out in the Czech Republic before moving to Chelsea, and obviously Chelsea just sending him out on loan constantly and consistently until he decided to actually go and play in Russia for a few years with different clubs there. Was released by Zenit after playing quite a successful spell in their Premier League. Joined us for 2 games and then retired. So the short-lived Tomas KALAS exploits at Lincoln United. You didn't even get to see it on camera, unfortunately, but he was here. This proves it. Anyway, he did have quite a helping hand in between episodes when he did actually play his 2 games and scoring a goal. You were last here for the 2 wins against Lincoln and Middlesbrough. Since then, we've gone on a pretty decent run, I've got to say. We start off with the Walsall game, a 3-0 win over Walsall with Wade Ross, Melgoff and Leon Griffiths getting the goals there. That was really good to see. We then came up against Tranmere in the Checker Trade Trophy. This was the final... No, it wasn't the final game of the Checker Trade Trophy. It was the middle game of the Checker Trade Trophy. A 2-1 win over Tranmere. We left it pretty late with Kane Hayes scoring the goal in the 93rd minute after Turek equalised in the 60th minute. After that game, we played Leyton Orient in the league and we won it 4-1. It was pretty tight for most of the game, I've got to say. Wade Ross scoring first. They scored a penalty. We scored just after half-time through Richard Smith, but we left it pretty late with Tomas KALAS scoring his only goal of his Lincoln United career in the 83rd minute, with Richard Smith getting another one late on to secure the victory. The game after that, though, was a bit of a disappointment. A 1-0 loss to Oxford United. They scored just before half-time, and then we didn't really get into the game in the second half at all, and Melgoff got himself sent off. So that wasn't a great game. That was the real letdown in between episodes, not picking up a single point in that game. I thought I would have taken a point. It probably deserved a draw, but we're unfortunate to lose that one. Back to winning ways, though, against Bristol Rovers, so that was always good. Peter Butler getting another goal in his... Not many goals he's scoring this season for us so far, but he gets another one there in the 64th minute. The game after that, at Cheltenham, a 1-1 draw. We thought we'd won it when we scored in the 93rd minute through Leon Griffiths. I was celebrating until they scored in the 95th minute, so that wasn't great, but a draw is probably the correct result. We then had 2 cup games in a row. Coventry in the FA Cup first round, 4-0 win, pretty easy stuff. Leon Griffiths with 2 goals, Mel Goff with 1, and Wade Ross with another. We then played Bradford in the final group stage game of the Checkatrade Trophy. We drew it 1-1 in normal time, and then we won on penalties. So we finished top of our Checkatrade Trophy group, which is pretty decent. And then last time out, a 1-0 win over Ipswich in the league. So we've played quite a few games, as you can see. 6 league games, 3 cup games, so quite a few, but it was needed because we've been a bit slow starting this season. I usually try to plan for about 8 episodes a season, so episode 4 should be approaching halfway mark, and we are a little bit behind the halfway mark, I've got to say, but it's not too bad. 18 games into the season, as you can see, and we are second in the table. Importantly, that win over Ipswich took us 3 points clear of them in the table, so that gives us a bit of breathing room between us and the playoffs. Burton are only 3 points ahead of us, so they're not too far ahead. They were at one point quite far ahead, so we've caught up with them a little bit. We're 9 points clear of Leyton Orient and Bristol Rovers outside the playoffs, so that's always pretty good as well. So I think we're in still a pretty decent position. That is pretty much all the news I think I have to bring you, and this is the new tactics screen. It's not a new tactics screen, it's the same one, but because I've got a bigger screen now with a bigger resolution, I can see things that I couldn't see before. I mean, this recent match analysis stuff, never ever seen that before. This is all brand new to me. I knew it was brought in last Football Manager 2018, but it's here now. And on this bit, I can finally actually see the form. I always used to drag the form over, but it always used to disappear. Goals are there as well. It's like a whole new game. Anyway, the crew game's not for a few days' time. I just wanted to show you the news about Tomas KALAS retiring, because I thought that was just mental. So a few days to simulate while we get to that game. Our FA Cup second round match, though, against Chesterfield is going to be on TV. £35,000. Thank you very much. Oh, if you could leave a comment as well, by the way, just telling me in the comment section what you think about how... I need to tweak things. I need to tweak how things sound and look, and I think I look a little bit blurry, maybe. I shouldn't look a bit blurry. I don't know why. It might be because of the chroma key that I've got on for the green screen behind me. That might be to do with it. So let me know in the comment section what you think it all looks like, and we can sort of make some tweaks to suit your viewing as well. Right then, this is the lineup for today's game against Crewe. We've got McClement in goal, as per usual, of course. The back line, Richard Smith and Carl Smith are sort of pretty usual. Watts on the right-hand side, but Simpson's coming in today for Turiak. The two of them like to keep swapping around just because they both seem to get really tired really easily. So it's good that we've got 2 left backs so they can swap around. Woodthorpe stays in the middle with Goff in that deep line playmaker position, but Littler comes in for that box-to-box midfielder today because Ramich is looking a little bit tired. Still needs to have a bit of a rest, I think, in between games. So he's going to miss this one. Robbins is starting on the left with Griffiths on the right because Kane Hayes is just coming back from an injury right now, so isn't suitable to play. Won't play this episode, actually, so don't expect to see him at all. And then we're starting Butler up front today still. I don't know why. It's because none of our strikers are any good, really. Butler has picked up 5 goals now, which is pretty decent. Wade Ross only 3, but all the average ratings of our strikers are pretty abysmal, so we need to sort that out at some points. Right then, kickoff is upon us, and because it's a new computer and this is a new experience for us all, we're going to do something a bit drastic here. We're going to go onto TV. I mean, wow, this is like a whole new game. Now, I don't think I'm going to stick with 3D. Don't get too excited. I'm a 2D boy at heart, and although this is pretty sick, right, I like it. I think I get a more analytical view from 2D. I think it's just a little bit easier to watch, maybe, and we'll turn this on for highlights, maybe. We'll turn the 3D on for highlights. Maybe that's what we'll do as a compromise. But, I mean, let me know in the comment section. Ultimately, you've got the choice. What a fantastic goal. I mean, what a cross that was. What a ball that is to Griffiths. But I just feel like I get slightly more enjoyment out of the two. I mean, don't ask me why, because that should be more enjoyable. I think I'm of the mind that I want to have the 2D engine just normally and then highlights in 3D, but it is completely up to you guys in the comment section, so do let me know. I mean, it probably is just because I'm not used to it. I've never ever played in 3D, really. I think Football Manager 12 I played in 3D, because I think at the time the laptop I had was just about capable of playing 3D for FM12. But, I mean, this is a bit scary, all right? This is a little bit scary. I'm not quite sure I'm ready for this step up. I mean, the new computer is one thing. I can't really see McClement making that save there very well. I feel like that's easy to see on 2D. There's this one called, what's this? This is like a 3D, 2D engine though, isn't it? This is whatever it's called, Data Analyst. I kind of like this one. This could be the one to... In fact, I do quite like this one, actually. It does sort of hide, though, I don't want to zoom right out, though. It means we can't really have a table or the stats on each side of the pitch. So maybe that's something we need to address. I mean, Just let me know in the comment section, basically. I do quite like this view, actually. This is pretty sick. Goff puts a great ball out to Robbins, and Robbins now with a chance to put the cross, and he does. Butler can't quite get on it. Littler on the edge of the area, though, with space, shoots, scores his second of the season, the second of the game, and half an hour in, we are 2-0 up. Oh my god, this is our stadium, I've just realised. This is our stadium. I've never looked at our stadium in game, obviously in 3D. We need to, okay, behind the goal, I want to get a good look of this, a real good look at this. So here, this is a good view now from the kickoff. You can sort of see, I mean, it's very, very symmetrical, looks very similar, which is fine by me. You know, I like that kind of look to a stadium. We're going to switch back. Should we go, what does the sideline look like? Sideline just looks the same as the TV sort of thing from the looks of things. We'll go back to TV. Let's see what this looks like for the rest of the game. I am pretty buzzed, to be fair, with this. This is pretty mental. I've never had this level of 3D-ness in a Football Manager game before, so I am pretty pleased. Onto the tactics screen, though. We need to make some changes out there, I think. Mel Goff is looking tired. I kind of want to bring Ramic on, but at the same time, maybe not the best idea. We just scored another goal as well. Let's forget this for now. Let me just have a look at this goal then. The corner comes in from Robbins. It's cleared by their man, and their man again. Richard Smith puts it down to Woodthorpe, and to be fair, that's a cracking effort into the bottom corner. Fair play. Back to the tactics screen, though, and Butler, again, he's not played well, so Mason can come on the pitch instead as an advance forward. And then Goff is going to come off for Ramic. He shouldn't be playing Ramic at all, but we're going to give him a go. As you can see, Ipswich are only drawing their game, so they're on 35 points. We're winning, obviously, so we're on 40 points. 5 points clear of them now, but still only 3 points behind Burton as they seem to be winning their game as well. What a great way to start this episode, though. New PC, and it's a 3-0 win. What more could I ask for, really? It's absolutely beautiful. Also, I'm looking at a monitor right in front of me now, so I feel like I'm looking slightly more at you in the eye, because before my laptop's down here and then you were up there, so I feel like I have to switch between the two of you. I'm sort of looking at you both at the same time now. I'm talking like my monitor's like an actual person. That's a bit weird. Either way, 3-0 win. Buzzed with that. This is great. This is like a new era now with 3D. We might stick with it. I don't know. Just let me know. I'll tell you what, for the next game against Charlton in a couple of days' time, we'll switch back to 2D but put 3D highlights on. Tell me what you prefer. It's actually rapid going through the dates. Like on my old laptop, it would take a little while to process things. It is rapid, this. So this is just, I'm in love. I'm in love with this computer. It's just, I'm buzzed. And also, I don't know why I'm saying buzzed. I think it's because there's a fly in my room. That's what it is. I was thinking, like, I keep saying buzzed. And I don't know why I kept saying it, because when have I ever said in the video I'm buzzed or I'm buzzy? It's because there's a fly flying around my room, and I tried to get out the window early before I recorded, but it just wouldn't go, so it's in here now, and that's why I keep saying it. Actually, to be fair, it's not that bad looking at this. It's that the players don't seem that tired. We'll bring a Suko on for Watts, because Watts is actually tired. But other than that, I think that looks fine to me in terms of fitness, and they played very well last game, so let's go for it. Right, this game then, as I said, we'll go for 2D, but with 3D highlights on. Let's see what that's like. So kickoff is upon us, back in the 2D engine. It does look a little bit lackluster, I've got to say, in comparison, but I just love the 2D engine. I think it is, in its own way, pretty beautiful. I don't think anyone's ever said that about a match engine, though, before, so let's pretend I didn't say that, maybe. Free kick for Charlton, though, early on, and it's put in the back of the net. Now, this is actually a good instance of why we should use the replays on 3D engine, because McClement should have saved that by looks of things. How has he not saved that? Let's watch this replay come in on the... Oh, okay. Why is that not happened, then? I swear to God, I just turned replays on. Oh, okay, goals. We want goals on there. Let's watch this then. Back again. In the... Jesus Christ. Right, in the 3D engine, they're taking the free kick. And yeah, to be fair, McClement just makes a big hash of it by looks of things. And that was a nice cartwheel by Holland in the rain. That's decent. Anyway, we've got a chance to come forward now to try and grab an equaliser pretty instantly as Robbins puts it against the post from the cross. That was pretty decent. All right, chance for us now then as Goff collects the ball in the middle of the park and puts out wide. Robbins back to Simpson. Simpson into Goff, and then Goff back to Simpson, playing some nice triangles. Butler in a bit of space to come forward. Back to Goff now. Goff to Woodthorpe. Back to, I mean, we're passing it around really beautifully, I've got to say, as Woodthorpe on the ball, looking to just spread it out, and we're biding our time very slowly. And as I say that, we get tackled. Charlton hit us on the counter attack, and there's a second goal for them. I mean, absolutely beautiful build-up play from us, and then Littler just gives the ball away like that completely. Hope just drives forward. He's too fast for our defence, and I mean, that was a beautiful little dink, I've got to say. That was actually gorgeous. Highlights straight away from the kickoff, though. Maybe after 12 minutes of lacklustre performance from us, we're going to finally get into this game as Goff comes forward, puts it into Robbins, but again, no real coming forward with the ball. That's a great ball forward to Griffiths, though. Griffiths into Butler. Again, we're putting it wide or hitting the post, whereas Charlton are just putting it in the back of a net. Where are Charlton, actually? I mean, they shouldn't be down in 14th. I think they're one of the teams as well that are meant to be sort of around the top 6 this season. We've already dispatched of Lincoln this season. I think we dispatched of Middlesbrough as well last episode, both teams. And they're favourites for first and second, Lincoln and Middlesbrough. Charlton are meant to be in the top 6. So it is a topsy-turvy season so far. Another chance for us perhaps just before we go in for half-time, as Goff has got plenty of space on the edge of the area. He puts a fantastic ball out to Simpson, who cuts inside, wins a penalty for us. Now I meant to press change penalty taker. I've missed it. It's going to be Littler taking it, did it say? Littler steps up. Go on, lad. He fires it into the top corner. He's bagged himself a goal there. His 3rd of the season. He's perhaps given us a lifeline going into half-time, which is good. And hopefully in the second half, we'll really capitalise on it. As he does, absolutely just rifle it into the top corner. Perfect penalty. Oh, I tell you what, I am actually more inclined, I think, for this 2D, 3D replay thing. If you already commented, you can edit comments if you want to change your mind, but you might not want to. You might be saying to me, just do the whole game in 3D, that's what we want. So let me know if that's the case. Right, early in the second half, Charlton with a corner that's coming back off the crossbar, and Richard Smith does finally get the ball clear, but Charlton looking dangerous from set pieces early on in the second half. Now, I'd like to see us grab another goal before at least 70 minutes, and then the final 20 minutes we can really push forward looking for another one. Asuko on the ball, out towards Goff, into Woodthorpe. Now, a great ball forward. As Butler got the pace, he's not quite got the pace to do that. And the ball from their clearance is actually quite a good one as it goes towards the Charlton players. Hope on the ball now. His shot sort of blocked, and Holland collects the loose ball. And Charlton still looking to come forward down the right-hand side of the pitch, although they don't really need to because Holland was absolutely unchallenged there. His shot was a decent one as well, only just wide of the post. We're going to say demand more once again. We need to be playing better than this. Their focus after that feedback, apparently. That was good to see. That was a good bit of focus. Butler, now we can see their body language now. That's a pretty cool new feature. At least it's probably not a new feature, but it's just new to me on this new wider screen monitor. As Butler, should have equalised for us then. He doesn't do it. And again, he's having a poor game today. And Wade Ross this time is going to come on the pitch for him up front. Let's give Wade Ross a go and see if he can do anything different. As a poacher, let's try a poacher instead. Again, I think we'll bring Ramich on for, I would say Littler. Yeah, let's bring him on for Littler again. And then none of our players at the back are particularly playing well, I've got to say. So Richard Smith's going to come off. We're going to bring on Mark Hunter. Mark Hunter probably deserves a bit more game time, so he'll have a go. It does look like, though, with 10 minutes to go, we're going to say push forward out there this time rather than demand more. I'm not quite sure we're going to be able to do it, although Asuko into Wade Ross, back to Asuko, who's got time to put the ball more centrally. Goff with plenty of space, tackled, but it only goes as far as Hunter, who puts out towards Simpson now, into Goff. Woodthorpe, back to Goff. I mean, we just need to get the ball central a little bit more quickly. Ross into Simpson. If a goal's going to come, it's got to come now as Griffiths puts it in the back of the net. We've brought it back from 2-0 down to 2-2. This is the type of game that I want to be seeing. I want to be seeing this kind of reaction from us. And this is a great little bit of play. Simpson collects the ball, just sort of takes 2 men out of the game, puts it in. Griffiths unmarked completely, heads it back across the goal, loops over their goalkeeper. And that is beautiful. Right, 5 minutes. Push forward. We can do this. Apparently they're frustrated by the feedback. Now that's interesting. I've never seen this before, so I don't know why they'd be frustrated, but I'm saying push forward, we can grab a winner right now. I'll take the draw, though, considering that we were 2-0 down. As Mark Hunter free kick signals full time there. 2-2. I'll take that. So not too bad then, not too bad. Looks like Burton were pegged back to a draw very late on. Actually, yeah, they were winning 2-0. MK Dons bring it back. So we're only still 3 points. Ipswich must have lost their game as well. They drew their game. So we're still 6 points clear of Ipswich now, which is interesting. I thought we were only 5 points clear of them. Plenty of breathing room between us and Ipswich and us and outside the playoffs. So I'm still very happy with that. Next episode then, I'm not sure when it's going to be. It sort of depends how we do in the FA Cup, because we've never ever got to an FA Cup third round before. I mean, if we get a rubbish team in the FA Cup third round, like if we get like a non-league club, for example, I won't bother showing that. But if we're like at a Premier League club away, that's something worth showing. So it sort of depends on the FA Cup stuff, but we do have a bit of a curse of getting to the FA Cup second round and whatever team we play from whatever level, non-league, above us, whatever, we always lose it. So don't hold your breath yet, but next episode could be FA Cup third round, it might not be. We'll see what happens. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please do drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Also, leave a bit of feedback of how you think the video looks, because I need to make a few tweaks maybe in OBS, just on the recording side of things. And also let me know what you think about the match engine situation. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.